I'm so pleased you found my video. My name is Bertie Bell. I've just published the first story in the Dogtail series, and I thought it'd be really good fun to read an extract for you. Sam's been having problems with the school bullies. He's not feeling great until a scruffy little dog appears out of a bush. Sam has great fun playing with his new friend, and things are even going quite well in school, until the bullies come back to class. At that moment, the classroom door opened, and Ryan, Lee and Darren entered the room, followed by Mr. Spikey, the head teacher. "Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Wheeler. You can have these 3 back now." Mr. Wheeler sent the 3 bullies to 3 a long way apart. Lee Skinner was sent to Sam's group. "Oh no," he snarled. "I'm with Stinky Sam." He looked round the others in the group. "You don't want to work with the stinker, do you?" The other children looked around, and for a moment Sam thought that one of the girls was going to speak up, but eventually they all dropped their heads, leaving Lee staring at Sam. Sam didn't want to cause any trouble for the others, so he moved quietly away from the group. "Miss Wheeler, there's not much room for me in the group, but I've a really good idea I could do on my own." "You really must try to mix more, Sam." Mr. Wheeler looked across, then smiled kindly. "Get yourself some more paper out of the storeroom." Sam walked into the store. At least the first part of the morning had been good. He was just getting paper from the storeroom shelf when the puppy's head appeared from under the bottom shelf. Sam stepped back in surprise and nearly dropped the paper. "What are you doing here? How did you get in?" The puppy walked out from under the shelves, sat in front of Sam and offered his paw. Yes, how do you do?" The puppy looked up at Sam and tilted his head. Then he looked out of the door and then back at Sam, shaking his head. "You think I did the wrong thing. You think I should stand up to them. That's easy for you to say. What can I do against those 3? The dog stood up and lifted one of its back legs slightly. "Purp!" "Stinky!" Sam squealed while holding his nose and turning a shade of pale green. "You dog sure have us beat when it comes to smelly pups." The dog nodded its head towards the class. "You want me to go back?" Sam left the store, making sure the door was not closed. He didn't want his new friend to be trapped. After a few moments, the door opened a tiny bit more, and the dog left the store crawling on his belly. He shot across the room and under a stack of chairs. Sam looked around. Nobody seemed to notice. The dog made its way around the room, using all the cover of the classroom. He hid behind the table with the fish tank. He managed to get to Mr. Wheeler's desk. Then he crossed the corridor between the rows of desks, keeping really low, and slipped behind the row of drawers where Mr. Wheeler kept the class's work. The drawers lined the wall under the windows and led right to the big chest that contained costumes from school plays. Lee had perched himself on top of that chest so that he was higher than all of the others and could boss them about without doing any work. The class were working in almost silence, just a slight murmur as they discussed ideas and the scratching of marker pens on paper. Suddenly, the silence was broken. "Lee, did you have to?" There was suddenly complete chaos in the corner. Some children were moving rapidly away. Some were wafting the air in front of their face. Angelina was turning green and looked like she was about to be sick. "What?" Lee bellowed, waving his arms. "I didn't do anything." Mr. Wheeler silenced the class with one bellow. "Quiet!" Almost as soon as the room was completely quiet, the silence was broken by a noise from just under Lee's bottom. "Purp, purp, purp, purp." The class fell about laughing, and Mr. Wheeler started moving towards Lee. He stopped halfway and began to splutter and cough. "That is disgusting! Lee Skinner, leave my room at once." "But it wasn't me!" "No buts, boy. Straight to Mr. Spikey. Back to work, everyone." Mr. Wheeler was still wafting the air in front of his face as he opened another window. Sam started to walk back to the single desk he was working at, when suddenly Angelina called out. "Looks like you weren't the stinky ones, Sam. Come back and work with us." "Yes, Sam," Anthony added. "Looks like Lee has the problem with smells. What a stinker!" Sam rejoined his group. At the edge of the room, a small doggy head appeared, gave Sam a single wink, and disappeared back behind the chest. Well, that's about all I've got time for today, so me and Pozzo are going to have to say goodbye. If you'd like to read a bit more of the book, it's available on Amazon right now, and you'll find the link right below this video. If you'd like to hear me read the whole story, perhaps you could leave a comment under the video, and maybe I'll do a recall to go with the book. Hope to see you again soon. Bye!